tell me, which one are you going to be rooting for here in this game one?
Honestly, just looking at the drafts, I kind of side a bit more with Nemiga. I think the Grimstroke is probably the star pick of the season, both as a core as a support. I think the combo with Earthspirit is fantastic. The new shard is great. I do like the Pugna pick a lot, and I feel like the tempo that you have might be a bit better. I'm not the biggest fan of the Ember, unfortunately. And I think the Mars combo has had a really poor win rate until now in the DPC. Hard to tell, of course, because we've only seen like a couple of matches for each region, but, you know, based on the current results, I would side like Nemiga in terms of draft, but I would probably give NoTechies an edge because I think they might be the better team.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think overall in the series, but I like how you bring up this Earthspirit. I think he's going to have not quite the free game that you'd like to have, but he's going to have a really damn good game.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that Grimstroke was already pretty popularly picked before in 7.28b, and then he got even some crazier buffs in 7.29. I think we're going to be seeing this hero pretty much every game, if not every game. And you pair him with the Earthspirit, who got some minor nerfs, but it's nothing too heavy. I think this is going to be like the star support duo. We'll see as they will find Dame, trying for first blood, connecting on the rolling boulder there. Sleight of Fist taking level 1 into the spin, and that should be first blood just like that. In favor of Ainkrad as well, so they even managed to get it to the Pugna. Fantastic start here for Nemiga.
Oh, it was really good, actually. Killing off the Ember, particularly, I think the biggest lane, or the strongest lane that Nemiga has is definitely this mid lane with Pugna, right? With, as you mentioned, the Earthspirit rotating, even with the Grimstroke, might come here and make a 3-man party. I mean, I actually we saw Liquid doing a dual lane mid, so that's back then. Three people, a tri-lane mid is not too far away, and I think Pugna is a hero that can benefit from that easily. So by getting the kill on the enemy mid laner first, great start for them, and you put more on your strength rather than trying to mitigate your weakness, which is probably the Night Stalker lane.
Well, they are going to not be willing to contest the spot on runes, so Ainkrad will just let it go, but we'll still split runes. Looks like 2 apiece. There's Fogas collecting his last one. I wonder, so as the Ember Spirit, I imagine you're just going to go with max Slight, max Flame Guard, pretty standard stuff here that we've been seeing on the Ember for the most part.
Yeah, I against the Pugna is tough, right? Because if you max, I think the Pugna has enough with his low cooldown to just take it off you every time. I think maxing Slight maybe and putting the points to Searing instead and trying to play more mobile Ember. Because especially when you go Flame Guard build nowadays, you can't fight the runes as early. You're much better if you go for the Searing Chains, I would say. But of course, it's also player preference to some degree. We have seen a lot of Embers, even last season, where certain builds were changed, still going for the old build because they felt more comfortable. The hero has a huge skill ceiling.
He's definitely one of the more flashier heroes in the game. A lot of the spirits are, of course, really up there for that title, but I think Ember has been there pretty much since he came out, since inception. And we did see Ainkrad beat him to the punch to level 2, so didn't have the chance to get another Sleight of Fist out or the Flame Guard. There it is, finally dodging one of the 8th or the Nether Blasts. Gonna need to be doing a lot of that to stay in this lane.
Yes, indeed. You need to. It's not too difficult to do. The Pugna can sort of fade it, but as you know, when pros don't fake because they always check mana instead in the mid lane. So if you use mana, you Sleight of Fist. If you don't see mana usage, then you don't Sleight of Fist. That's simple. So I don't think it's gonna be too difficult for the Ember to dodge those Nether Blasts. Even though they did improve the cast delay though, which is a pretty big deal for the Pugna.
Already beating him to level 3 here, it's just too easy. Bottle should be on the way here momentarily after this one last CS. He's starting to fight over bounties. Top lane, Inkswell combo number 1 onto the Mars. It's not going to nut the kill though, as he does on the money with the spear. Can I turn this?
Yeah, maybe actually. Oh, he had the magic stick though to surprise him. The Mystic Stroke of Fate, however, which means Juggernaut will not be able to get that kill. At least he does survive though. That could have been really bad if he died for that initiation. Bottom lane, we are seeing the Night Stalker not even being able to lane. Very, very tough for him. Luckily, though, he can gank, and at least he mitigates that way. He no longer does the offlaner need to push her tier 1 as easily, so losing the lane is not that big a deal. But those ganks are going to be really important, and you need to make sure they work so Night Stalker can recover.
Yeah, he's definitely having a tough time. Even the Bracer is a bit of a double-edged sword for him here, given that it gives him more HP to lose with Maledict. So that's always going to hurt a little bit. But Hellscream doing a decent job at harassing out Solo. Witch Doctor pretty good at standing his own, especially against strength heroes. You don't really want to be trading with him. He does have Maledict ready to go, and I think Hellscream's going to recognize that. Kiritych doing pretty nicely for himself in the top lane. 9-0 though, so we're definitely seeing Nemiga kind of starting to get outlaned just a bit. Saving grace for them, I think, as Ainkrad is having a pretty, not free time, but a nice time here in the mid lane. He'll be able to eventually start chipping away at this tier 1 tower with another blast.
Exactly, that's the point, right? Since this mid lane, they decided, no, we're not going to rotate anyone to it, which sometimes happens, and we've seen this a lot. The Pug now has a free mid-tier 1 tower. And I do find that Dire benefits much more nowadays from taking the mid-tier 1 more than anything else. Yes, taking the bottom is relatively easy for Dire nowadays, but mid just opens up the map so much, especially because even Dire wants to play in the top part of the map nowadays. That's how important Roshan is, and because their jungle is a bit easier to defend, taking Radiant jungle is not as valuable anymore.
Yeah, I really felt as like Radiant Jungle hasn't been strong for the purposes of farming it in such a long time, but Dire Jungle got even more buffs.
Yep.
Here's Night Stalker, yeah, in a bit of trouble. Just going to go for the TP out as they've stacked the stuns, trying to nuke him down. He will be able to TP home, and he'll be A-okay in the fountain, but he's going to have to walk back to the lane. So not a kill, but effectively removing him from the lane for the same amount of time is super nice.
Yeah, we'll see this. At least Chosen One, I mean, level 3 compared to the Luna's level 3, it's not that bad. He's at least managed to have some experience in the lane. It could be much worse. Of course, you're not really harassing the enemy carry, and Juggernaut's really struggling against this Mars. Usually that matchup is okay, but the Lion, the Spear plus Earth Spike combo has been really brutal. And unfortunately, Juggernaut cannot really play as aggressively as he'd like.
No. We've seen this before, though, the Mars being one of the better counters to this kind of combo, because it's not a new one here, Grimstroke
Yes.
Jug. Usually we need like about a week or two for the patch to percolate before we start seeing these new combos come through in the lane, because they develop from the pubs and whatnot. So yeah, it's no surprise that they're just going to be able to get away with this one, just using the Mars as normal. Ainkrad did once again beat Dame to level 6 here, so I'm definitely managing to get more XP, as you'd expect, but just nice management there, walking up to the high ground, TP and home to stay alive. As Ainkrad so far, again, just continuing to do some chip damage. Dame does need to run back pretty much ASAP. He couldn't afford to waste any time here. Otherwise, he'd end up losing the tower. We've got the wagon and now level 3 Nether Blast. So Ainkrad is really making a serious play for the tower as they're going to get a kill top lane. They finally will land that combo versus the Lion. Wasn't going to be quick enough there on the Earth Spike. But mid Dame does a really good job here just to nuke the tower, or nuke the wave. Gets himself level 6 as well, looking to contest the first power rune that's about to spawn in. Let's see where that one will be. We're going to get a TP from the Lion. I go bottom. Nice little refill. Rolling boulder on the way in to protect the rune. Is Ainkrad going to get hit by the rolling boulder? Nice stun out from the Lion as the rune has spawned bottom. It's a haste rune for Dame, and Ainkrad needs to start running. He's going to get hexed up. Nice Decrepify to himself and can turn with the life drain here. Dame considering going for the dive. Now will try for it. The double remnant's not going to be enough damage, but he's not going to have to pay for it either. He's good to go.
So in the end, that lucky haste rune almost got them the kill, even forced the Pugna out. He didn't go for the Flame Guard build though, which nullified them the option to take that kill, but it seems like they're just confident that the Ember will either recover or have a good lane. Like I said, it's kind of player preference, and they're correct to do so because the Luna and Mars are having a really good time. So it's not like Ember needs to create space at all. You have pretty solid lanes overall, and as long as your side lanes go well, mid lane, not that important, especially since Pugna has not been able to push this tower just yet. In fact, he's barely chipped it.
Yeah. Yeah, Dame's done a really good job of defending it. For the most part, it seems like Ainkrad is kind of focused on just harassing Dame out of the lane and pushing and maximizing his XP gain. I think so he can just start flash farming, right? Careful though, Dame. He's kept the wagon alive for 2 minutes, so Ainkrad's going to have to come back here and once again just nuke the wave, which he's happy to do anyway with another blast. And just going to go ahead and reestablish equilibrium here. Not wanting to lose your mid-tier 1 tower, of course, this early on, especially as a Pugna. That would be pretty awful here. Kiritych, he's going to need some farm or some some time rather, to farm in his own jungle. So losing that mid-tier 1 tower just opens up way too many avenues to invade, especially if on the dire side.
Exactly, yeah, because that way you can actually take the tier 1 offlane as well, which are now easier to take, which represents the control over the triangle and the Roshan. And now the Roshan brings Shard, especially if you have a team that can utilize Shards, which is like almost every single team, honestly. It's a very, very important objective. Let's see with the nighttime what they start to do though, because Nightstalker should get moving, and Chosen One is just trying to recover with a bit of far. Not ideal for him right now, as they're trying to go top and get a kill.
Yeah, it feels a bit difficult though. I mean, you've got no chance really for onto the Ember Spirit this game, especially not without phase boots. You're not making the jump onto him. Luna's one of the faster cores as NT.Vampire defending the Invis rune. Picked up by Hellscream, who's going to break it now to kick Ainkrad up to the high ground, make sure he stays alive. But I feel like he just needs phase boots because he can't catch up to Luna, right? She's too fast, and
Top
she's
lane.
got good night vision.
Or Mars, he's going to try to TP here. Can they kill him in time? They do get a relatively lucky crit here, and that's going to manage to get the kill.
Yeah, just maxing that Inkswell here for Lodine. It's the right play through and through every single time, especially when you've got a Jug to combo with it in lane. And then into the mid game, we're going to have the Earth Spirit who can receive that buff and look for kills onto the Ember. It's one of the best combos, in my opinion, versus all of the Spirits, as they're going to try for a quick kill into Ainkrad. They've applied the Maledict from Solo. This is level 3 Maledict now, but they didn't get enough damage in here. Kill him off, unfortunately. He'll be A-okay.
Keep going.
But yeah, like I was saying, the Earth Spirit with Grimstroke combo is just so darn nice to have versus the Spirits. Because basically, with even us early on with a single point in the Geomagnetic Grip, which did get nerfed a little bit, so I think it moves a bit slower now. You can roll in, initial stun, silence, Inkswell stun number 2, and then by then the Phantom should be out and already latched onto the Ember Spirit. So you've got a lot of chain lockdown and silence ready for the Ember Spirit into the mid game. So even his game is going to be a bit difficult. I wonder if he might consider. Doesn't look like it off his build. If he might consider a Yule Scepter. You usually don't see one unless they're up against like an Orchid carrier, so I don't think so this game, but Dame's going to need to be pretty fast on his fingers to avoid a lot of this damage.
Well, we'll see. Hellscream, by the way, now finds 2 heroes smoked up. They might be able to go to the mid lane. In fact, Hellscream, it was nighttime, so he doesn't actually get to see them, and Fogas can continue with his aggression here towards the mid lane. Lion as well. Fascinating. What was the point of this? I guess they want to push the tower in the end because there's nobody there. All of Nemiga has decided not to engage on this. They need to recover here.
Yeah, they do, and right now, NoTechies, they want to bring the damage in. They have already de-warded up. Solo recognizing how important these wards are for them to be able to push. They're already pushing before the wagon's here. They're going to try and go for the defense now, see what they can get done. But with a DD on Dame, it's a bit of a tough ask.
There'll be a double silence here, going for the Ember Spit. Here's a rolling boulder. They do catch him with Stroke of Fate. And a bit of a slow, but Hellscream is in a pickle right now. No, never mind. They're going to ignore him completely as Nightstalker comes in and completely zones out NT.Vampire, proceeding to murder him. Going for more, looking for the Ember Spirit, but the Ember Spirit is not going to be found. He just bides his time, utilizes Sleight of Fist, and tries to protect the tower best he can. But against a Pugna, that's just impossible. Taking advantage of the healing ward as well to push in early tier 1 and try to put the pressure that Nemiga needed to put up a couple minutes earlier.
Yeah, that was really nicely done as well. I was really concerned that Nemiga were going to lose the tower. Hold that thought, though. They're not done. Kiritych has been left behind, but there's the roll on in with the silence and Inkswell on top. Just nothing they can do. They even commit the Omni Slash, the double tip onto Dame as the fight continues. Now Solo does not have the ulti. Will drop Maledict level 3 onto Lodine. They don't have a lot of damage onto him, so he'll be A-okay. Life drain, but a big stick there for Solo will keep him alive. Fogas has respawned, and he's running back into the mid lane. Has the arena, looking to try and catch Ainkrad, perhaps. Would be nice. Now the Inkswell onto Hellscream in case they needed to re-engage, but they're going to be happy to just call it quits here. Big kill onto the Ember, and that's that combo I was talking about, Avo.
Yep, it's just a really nice little start for Nemiga now, actually recovering, using the end of the first nighttime to some degree, in addition to giving a bit of more space to the Pugna, who's now going to be taking some stacks as well in the jungle. Not bad in addition to the objective. And we are seeing a little replay here, I presume. Yeah, that was a really nice Chosen One zone up, by the way. That's the advantage of a Nightstalker, of course.
Yeah. They're going to go and rotate top lane, just try and take this tower. Kiritych, he doesn't want to defend it, not by himself at the very least. They're still mostly okay, given the fact that this high ground it's basically a straight line, so 1 or 2 wards right there covers the entire thing. And we can already see, especially with this cliff ward here, they are going to keep themselves in a really, really nice position.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, well, we'll see if they can take the bottom tower. Now this will open up the option of going to the Radiant jungle, which does lead to an easy tier 2 most of the time for Dire, now that there's a really strong warding spot nearby. But it's a bit harder to defend this position in general. They use Life Drain, yeah, looking for Solo, but Solo, he's just gonna walk a couple steps, kill the Ghost, because he's looking for more.
Yeah, he's got those infused raindrops there to keep him alive. A little bit of extra regen as well, thanks to his chipped vest that he's found in the jungle. So he's going to be able to tank through that relatively easily. Ainkrad, though, with that arcane rune, is just going to be looking to try and blow up those, or blow through those charges as quickly as he can to keep up his aggression, though. If he can just pop the Witch Doctor for free and accelerate his farm that way, he's going to be super happy with that.
Exactly, the Witch Doctor is kind of a freebie right now for, particularly I would say for the Chosen One as well. Like I think it's a really easy kill for the Night Stalker because you just jump on him and he can't really get away. Also went for the Medallion build, which is very useful to buff your carry here. And to go for the Mars, Life Drain strong with the Inkswell on top of that Fogas. Oh, they missed the Stroke of Fate yet again, so Fogas is a chance. Never mind. The Nether Ward never actually gave him a chance to cast this spell.
They're going to lose mid tier 1.
Well.
No, they're not, actually. They're going to go ahead and drop a Fortify, which will force Dame away. And immediately, Ainkrad is back. We see so much of this. I mean, look, it's just 3 heroes constantly running around the map just together for the likes of Nemiga. And it's so hard to fight into this when their support duo is as strong as it is. A little bit late there on the Stroke of Fate. That's not going to catch anyone as Dame's already out. We see now a rotation. We've not seen a Finger or a Death Ward or the Eclipse either. We've now having the Max Lucent Beams as well as... mid?
Life Drain? No, the Ember can always get away from the Life Drain. A very difficult play to make unless you get the Rolling Boulder specifically. He tried to get the Silence in time, but unfortunately it did not. And we're seeing the Pugna actually decided to go for the Ether Lens early. He did break the Arcane Boost. I thought he was actually going to buy double energy booster there for a second, but he went for the normal build. Immune into the Blink Dagger, which is interesting. Usually see a Pugnas go for something like maybe Veil after that or whatever. Blink is quite aggressive.
They're playing careful here. We've got the Axe. They're going to roll on in. Big Silence have gone to 2, followed up by the Crippling Fear. The supports can do nothing. They're just going to die. We can drop the Soulbind down to Solo. He's going to get off the Maldic, but down he goes. Now Layme running in from behind with the Eclipse active. That's not going to be enough damage for the Chosen One. Even that with a level 1 Eclipse can't nuke him down. He's just too tanky. We did hit 3 people there with a really nice Maldic from Solo, but there just wasn't going to be enough damage for the follow-up there. They're going for more?
What are they trying to do? Chosen One looking for Layme. No, he's not going to find it instead. He was kind of flying around there, hoping to get the quick kill out there on the Luna, seeing there was no Eclipse anymore. It was really impressive though that that Chosen One just complete tanked that Eclipse and was kind of fine. No hood on him or anything, just Night Stalker being Night Stalker there.
Yeah.
Single bracer.
Single bracer. I mean, that Ogre Axe definitely helping out a little bit. Probably the stick, and then of course the plus 6 stats from that Ironwood tree. Definitely all helping out. But yeah, he's just a tanky beast, and as long as he's not hit by Maledict, he can definitely afford to do that. We kind of saw against Solo with a really nice Maledict. 3 people with Maledict is not easy to do, especially without that talent. But unfortunately, it's just no follow-up. And they were even expecting follow-up. That's why they dropped the Soulbind, because they recognize how dicey a position that is. If there's a Luna with a Lucent Beam and the Eclipse nearby, that's just a ton of damage that they can't afford to be taking on these squishy heroes. Dame, careful here.
They do use the Arena of Blood here with an Earth Spike on top of that. They might kill Night Stalker on top of that because he has the Maledict. He's not going to have an easy time getting away, but Chosen One still has a Magic Stick, sees the opportunity, Life Drain to keep him alive. Very important if they want to counter-initiate. They have an Omni-Slash ready with double damage focus. Despite his shield, cannot survive this, but with the Crepify. Okay, he wanted to steal that kill. Ainkrad with the Life Drain, sacrificing the Chosen One in the process. Rolling Boulder will not reach Dame in time, and that will allow him to TP away.
He messed up the Remnant, unfortunately. He's gonna be kicking himself after that. No Earth Spirit, pun intended. But that happens just occasionally, every now and then. That's super frustrating when that happens, though. Trying to drop the Remnant in front of you, and then when you're going off the cliff, you get confused a little bit. But yeah, he was just shy. Maybe expecting to have this level 10 talent already. But yeah, I mean, a really nice fight there for Nemiga. You do get a little bit too aggressive there on the Night Stalker. That could have possibly been a kill onto the Ember Spirit had they hit the stun. So I think that was definitely a worthwhile death, but definitely a little bit unfortunate that they couldn't actually get revenge for their ally. As we'll be looking now, just a couple of item progressions. Nothing too crazy being built early on. Kiritych already with his farming item for the Luna's Mask of Madness, and now Manta style. So just be able to join a couple of these fights and do a bit more damage than you may expect. As there's Fogas blink in. Yeah, he's going to find Ainkrad though. The counter initiation by the Chosen One, but they've immediately nuked through the Pug now. And the Maledict max level here applied onto the Night Stalker. They need to get him out of dodge here, but they're going to continue chasing. Up the cliff goes Dame, but stunned instantly. That's more than enough damage, though. He will tick down to the Maledict. See you later. You can trust me. I'm a doctor.
He really is a level, what, 25 now?
24. We're getting there. We're getting there.
This man plays way too much of this hero. Yeah, so I feel like that Blink Dagger was partially to get rid of the arena. Now that I see it in action, it was definitely the idea that, oh, he's gonna try to TP onto me, or sorry, blink onto me, because he saw he wasn't going for Yule Scepter. So instead I blink out of the arena. Easy, that's why you rush it before any other item that might give you a bit more mobility, like Glimmer Cape or say even Force Staff, etc. However, Fogas also knew this, and that's why he started in with the God's Rebuke, which has a much lower cast point than everything else he owns. And that was a really smart initiation to cancel the Blink Dagger and put the Pugna in a really bad position. I mean, he's kind of fodder as long as they catch him in the arena. They really need the Night Stalker to be in the middle to stop the initiation.
Yeah, it's all about just getting the control onto him, really. Even, I think, hitting him with the God's Rebuke, not even just the Spear, should be enough. As long as he's slowed, can't blink, can't run,
Exactly.
he'll be pretty much easy pickings. I mean, the cast range on Luna, very generous here for the Lucent Beams. And then, of course, having the Death Ward to reach him from long distance is super nice to have. So, yeah, it's Ainkrad needs probably an additional +1 defensive item now. He recognizes that and queues up the BKB. 9 seconds now, max duration. That was quite the change.
Now we're seeing the guys at NoTechies kind of coming to their own now, with layme being a bit more farm of the Juggernaut, starting to really increase the difference between them. Jugs these days, they still go for Battle Fury despite the nerfs from what I've been seeing. So it seems to be good for Nemiga. At least they're kind of evening out the farm with Luna, but I still think that a Luna usually vacuum farms the jungle much faster, especially when she goes for this physical damage build. I'm interested as well that she went for Lucent Beam cooldown. It might mean that she picks up the shard a bit later. Like I said, it's a bit better now for carry Lunas because it adds your attack to it, but I still haven't seen it in competitive. Usually the Luna either loses or wins before the shard is even needed.
Yeah, she kind of does feel like one of those heroes, but I feel like it's something that could make the difference, especially in a game like this where it's again, with such a generous cast range, having something that can cancel Blink Daggers with search range against a Pugna who's not really going to be expecting it. I think players have not really developed the muscle memory.
That's true. Because Luna was out of the... I mean, I guess in CIS you always see the Luna. For some reason, is their favorite. They're big anime fans, honestly.
Of course.
Even though Luna in the anime makes you less of a fan of her.
Does it? I feel like there's an appeal. I mean, it's a story.
Depends.
It's a character.
If you're a fan of like genocide, sure. But
well, I mean, what? Are you a fan of Doom? Are you allowed to like Doom? Because he's just the devil.
yeah, but he doesn't go around murdering a bunch of elves.
What do you think he does? You think he volunteers at the? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he volunteers to the soup kitchen because that's what humanity does too. So
that's what Doom does on his days off for sure. When he's not drowning souls in hellfire or whatever Doom does.
Yeah, he's putting soup down on plates. That's a very nice guy.
All right, TP's going to be scouted here. Hellscream, though, going to get out. Ainkrad as well with the TP. Dame is not going to scout him in time. Will be able to get the Syrian Chains onto his brother, but after the roll was initiated, that's going to allow Lodine as well to go ahead and TP away safely. They didn't get the tier 2 tower, but they did force 4 rotations for it, so it's going to free up a lot of...
I guess No, I can't say that.
Yeah, he needs the space. He needs a buffer space in between. Otherwise, Pugna
which Night Stalker represents, right?
Yeah, but not until he gets this BKB. I think for now it's just too much damage. Maledict does go through BKB though if it's applied before. Because it cannot be dispelled, so that's going to be a big if. Not too big of a concern versus a Witch Doctor though, because generally as long as you pre-use that BKB and you don't just like eat the Maledict after you blink in, you'll be totally fine. Because Witch Doctor not really known for his mobility or his cast ranges. In fact, that's usually why he starts to fall off right around now. It's because of this very example. Oh, the core BKBs. Sorry guys, I can throw down the Death Ward, but he's tanky as heck. He's not going to stop.
And you don't have your own BKB, so Night Stalker will just be able to silence you immediately, right? As well. I feel like that's why he went for the BKB and might even be concerned Blink Dagger for Solar Crest, just because you need that mobility early. Oh, Grimstroke in trouble. There's the Spear with the God's Rebuke. They still see it. Easy, wow. Finger of Death Lions saw the talent, which is
They're
the
gonna
max
go
health
Roche.
per finger of death kill. Or he's like, I gotta farm charges, guys. I'm playing Legion Commander pretty much.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're gonna turn this into a Roche. They just, I guess they really wanted to make sure he died.
Nah, dude, it's the charges, I'm telling you. He's the new talent. It's making Lions even more greedy than before. Because now those charges not only give you damage, which is okay, but HP, which Lions desperately needs.
Honestly, I'm a fan of it though, because before we saw, and Lions would even be commended for not using their ultis before they got level 12, because it's like, oh, the cooldown's so long, don't use it. Now it's like, nah, I'm using my spells, and I think that's good.
Sure.
Use your spells.
Oh, there's TPs. They're going to Radiant Jungle. Like we said, it's not easy to fight around this because you can't quite get the vision to completely defend this area, which is why, confidently, they just walk in, and we're going to see a bit of fratricide here in the bottom lane. Let's see if Ember gets the kill. No, Fogas takes it away from him with the God's Rebuke. Only Hellscream dead, but that's the guy who's cutting your lane, just creating opportunities for kills, so it does limit you for a bit now.
Yeah, you wanted to get NT.Ainkrad though. You didn't want the Earth Spirit, unfortunately, but he got the blink off too quickly. So he was out of dodge immediately. But good job by Nemiga just to play that one right on the edge. Probably losing your position 4, I think, in exchange for pushing a little bit while they do Roshan. Securing the tier 2 tower is going to be as good of a trade as you could hope for, since you can't realistically contest 4v5 in the Roche pit here. Dame looking for Lodine. Will find him. He's going to get stunned. Oh, pops the BKB. 9-second charge here. Might as well. Follow-up stun from NT.Vampire, and another kill here secured by the offlane Mars.
You imagine the pop BKB just for the Hinks. Well, you as a Grimstroke thought you were being so clever. Oh, that Decrep. Those Decreps have been, I wouldn't say bad, because it's not really the Pugna's fault, but there's a bit of lack of communication. Multiple times the Decrep saved someone, or Juggernaut was about to land the last hit, or Night Stalker 2. There, like, Night Stalker seemed to want to engage, Pugna wanted to disengage. These things are things that we gotta see kind of polished as the season increases.
I think that 9-second BKB charge was for, because he thought the Pugna was nearby, because he got hit by Nether Ward, and he's like, oh, Pugna's here, so I don't want to get killed by Pugna. So, yeah, so nice job. That's, I think, the second time Nether Ward has been pesky to someone. First time securing the kill onto the Mars, and this time forcing a BKB charge. We do have BKB, speaking of it, on the way. Luna has scouted it, though, almost actually killing the courier, but they're going to smoke up and find NT.Vampire. BKB charge immediately used, trying to lock down the supports, but now the two-man Soulbind instead in the river. Lion controlled, killed off by Hellscream. Looking for more, but it's not going too well here. As Kiritych, he's now in, but the Soulbind's ended. In the meantime, Lodine finds himself in a terrible spot, gets killed off by the Luna. Life drain here for NT.Ainkrad with a 9-second BKB. Is not going to net himself a kill. As soon as that BKB is up, he is dead. Only Solo is going to die on the side of NoTechies.
Chosen One, he's going to be stopped as well. Searing Chains to cancel that DP. Finger of Death this time, still gets the charge. And that's going to be 3 dead for Nemiga. Okay, that was, I don't know if you saw that combo. I hope, can we get a replay up of that combo?
Don't pressure me.
Okay, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. Richie is truly a one-man band right now. But if we could see it, I'll explain what that was and why I was going, oh, no. Because that was not what Nemiga was saying. It was great because we were just making the point that the lack of communication between Pugna and the rest of the team is showing, and we just saw Decrep into Omnislash, which is not a combo.
Yep, okay, that would explain it. I was about to say what's going on here.
It was also Decrep into Soulbind, so it was double Decrep into Omnislash, bouncing between the two guys who were Decrep, and man, I don't know, maybe Jugs, like if they're in a team house, maybe Jugs stole Pugna's lunch or something, and that's his revenge. I'm not sure, but that was borderline cruel, honestly.
Yeah, that was not ideally how the team fight looks on paper. I think, and that's just brutal because this combo can be so brutal if executed correctly. But as soon as you make what is kind of a small mistake, but obviously pans into a huge mistake and potentially, like, I mean, not game losing, but definitely a team fight losing decision. It's absolutely rough here. So Nemiga now, they have not even gotten through Aegis. Luna gonna go, you know, representing the goddess Salamene up to the high ground, and gonna be looking for some tier 3 towers.
Right, it's true. I guess if she can't murder a bunch of elves, she just goes for the towers instead as the equivalent. Feed her bloodthirst to some degree. Take the tower here in the mid lane. Let's see, layme. Okay, they do hit it with the crab, and the life drain as well. There's another blast. layme though will take the tower regardless. Nothing stops this Luna.
Oh, I mean, especially with Aegis. Only Aegis left for 45 seconds, so NoTechies desperately looking for a fight right now, or they're willing to engage in one if Nemiga will placate them, but they're clearly not. Jug already cutting waves, and there's just the nuke. They've gotten through the first life. They're actually going to TP back the Juggernaut and try for maybe a fight here. The decrep will connect, but the Force Staff will get layme, sorry, off to safety. Chosen1 with the ulti, looking to flank from around the side. Now we'll try and make the jump onto the Luna. 9-second BKB at the ready, but out comes the Omni Slash. This time they did not get the decrep off as well. layme popping the ultimate. No one's going down yet, though. Everyone's BKB. The Soulbind now onto 2. Lodine staying alive through the arena long enough to be able to cast it. Soulbind now onto the Ember, preventing him from jumping away. Another life drain being silenced now by the Chosen1 as the Jug's going to focus onto him. This time the stun connects from Hellscream, and they're not done. They want all 5. The Rolling Boulder just shy of connecting, and Hellscream not going to connect that time, but a much better fight this time around for the likes of Nemiga.
Yeah, that was an incredible fight. This time there was no lock coordination there. That was the CIS team fights that we are used to, and it worked out perfectly for them. They do have strong ultimates. They have strong team fight in general, and the combo of Grimstroke plus Pugna did shine there a bit further. So well played, honestly. The Eclipse also seemed a bit weak, considering that we had a lot of sources of magic immunity and just ways of preventing that Eclipse damage from being effective. Luna without the Axe can't really put the Eclipse where it should be, which is the backlines right now, as Jug and Nightstalker can both run at you and ignore it completely. And now they're gonna start pushing completely.
Great job by the Chosen1. He just kind of like hooked around from the bottom side of that fight and made it really awkward for the supports of NoTechies. They kind of had to run kind of into the jungle, into the dire jungle that is, to be able to like cast spells and be useful, but they just couldn't really support the Luna.
Yep. Yeah, with that, the poor Luna, of course, dies there. Not much you can do when your Mars kind of walked in and died in the very beginning of the team fight. You were far too spread out. And of course, the solo kill potential these guys have is really easy. They also can cut the team fight really easily and go into your backline. So it's a bit difficult to protect the Luna without any save. In fact, they now fight the Ember. They have a silence here. They might not even need it. They do use the Arena of Blood, though, to try to stop the Nightstalker. Is it going to work? Can they kill him in time? No. He acts as the BKB. It's NT.Vampire who's going to die instead. Which are also in trouble. Rolling Boulder Folder to Solo. It does catch him. They use a Soulbind on top of that, but can they finish anyone else off? They have no Omni Slash just yet. They use the crap this time effectively. Blade Fury also available. Affected in time. Yes, before the spear hits, he's capable of getting away. No, it's the Maledict which condemns the Juggernaut. They thought they could dive, but instead the Hunter becomes the hunted. And now it's Mars looking for more kills. They push Nightstalker away, and instead Hellscream will have to pay for this. And Chosen1 trying to go back in. They see the opportunity. Hellscream is still alive. Apparently, he's not going to die just yet. One last rolling boulder before he falls, and that stuns the Luna. Enough time for the Chosen1 to finish him off. Fogas does get away as Nemiga decides it's time to finally disengage.
They're staying. They're staying again. They're willing to still engage, but Ember's respawning full HP, full mana, and there's the blink forward from NT.Vampire. They're going to get punished for this one. Lodine, at the very least, is going to go down. I mean, I'm sure he was like, all right, guys, that was fun. Let's get out of here. And his core's like, no, we stay. We fight. We kill him again. He's like, okay. And then they just blink away. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, forgot. We were not stronger. My bad. I meant go, not stay. Poor Lodine stayed behind, yeah. So apparently, as you said, right, it was only one person who kind of wanted to engage. The rest just seemed to want to leave immediately. But it's fine, right? Losing your 5 is not that big a deal. You still got a really good team fight. Another kill on the Luna. Yeah, you lost the Juggernaut, but honestly, Chosen1's becoming... He's kind of a pseudo-carry at this point.
Yeah, he really is at this stage. I mean... He's kind of just, like you're saying, just running it. I mean, this is kind of what Night Stalkers have always been just amazing at. And since we're in such like a big, you know, 1v1 me bro kind of time, I feel he just excels at this, which is just shocking considering that Luna, you know, when you kind of think about her in theory, would be able to just demolish these team fights, especially with the physical damage build she's gone for. But everyone's just too darn tanky on the side of Nemiga.
Yes. She's now going for Satanic, which has been considerably buffed now that it dispels you, in addition to the fact that, well, it's just a viable item again with these hard carries that use Satanic. So it's been a nice little buff here for the Luna. Now you have double Dispel with Manta Style, actually triple Dispel, Manta Style, BKB, and the Satanic. So the current fight can't be cast on you, essentially. You're always been able to get rid of that. Also with the Silence of the Magnetize, stuff like that. So Luna, a bit more leeway here. Satanic will also give you the healing. But we need to get that up and running. And they're going to smoke before it's even ready, which might be dangerous.
Roche is up, though. Roche on number 2. Line's just in, though.
Okay, NT.Vampire. He has a force time. He's just playing with the enemy team, but the life drain will not allow that to happen. And the Chosen One, he sees Witch Doctor, he kills Witch Doctor. He has decided the Witch Doctor is his chosen kill, and he's gonna take down the 2 supports thanks to that crippling fear. Super useful against the Witch Doctor.
Yeah, that was relatively easy here. Or it looked relatively easy for Nemiga, rather, to turn that one around. Very nicely done here, indeed. They're actually going to try and get a Roshan out of this. We've got buyback for the Witch Doctor. TP available to the tier 1 tower, but I don't know. He's going to have to use it now. By the looks of it, his Dame uses the BKB, Sleight of Fist, but now he's got no BKB, so he can't really contest this, especially without his supports. They got to rely on the Mars going for the initiation. They're going to send him in, though, as here goes layme, popping his own BKB. Out comes the ultimate as well. Kiritych is going to sco it and spin, pick up the Aegis, and fight into this one. Arena plays down as well, as Juggernaut now getting off the Omni Slash. NT was life for him to keep himself alive. layme, though, did snipe the Sheath by the looks of it. He's still alive. A great cask as well into the Lion Finger. That's the first life of the Juggernaut, as well as the kill onto the Earth Spirit.
He does Blade Fury though, he's gonna chase after layme. He has the Ink Soul on top, but no, the Ink Soul was just to deter them. Again, Lodine gets left behind. Poor man never gets the memo to retreat in time, and it's going to be Nemiga losing their supports and their Aegis there. Not ideal, but at least you did force the cheese. You took the Roshan gold. Could have been worse.
Could have been worse, yeah, for sure. Especially considering Ember did not have a BKB ready to go in that fight. I thought that for sure that was going to look even worse for the likes of NoTechies. They do have to go home and fix the bottom lane here a little bit, so it's not a huge win for them. But Luna stays alive through her BKB duration. She's going to go now and finish up the Satanic. And with Satanic, I think that's actually a huge point of inflection here for NoTechies. She is going to be so tough to kill here, especially with this BKB still going to be now bottoming out at 6 seconds compared to the 5. I think that's a very significant buff, or I guess kind of that's a pretty significant change when you're playing a hero like
Luna.
Well, it's a buff to Luna, right? But it's a nerf if you're a Pugna, if you're an Earth Spirit, you know, if you're a hero that relies on doing a lot of magic damage, and it was very vulnerable to these dispels. And oh, there's going to be now the Satanic completed.
That's true. And it's a particular buff to Luna or Gyro because there are heroes that buy the BKB relatively early, but they still need it in the late game team fights, right? So one of the issues they had last patch was like, okay, I want to fight with a BKB as early as possible because I need it. I need to be able to take advantage of my spells. But if I do that, then my late game is a 5-second BKB, which sucks. Now with 6 seconds, it's a bit better. So these heroes are kind of coming back into the meta for those reasons. We do see a little smoke by Nemiga. Oh! The Ember actually uncovers the smoke just with that rotation.
Smokes immediately with his own team.
We have the shard, by the way, on Grimstroke. Huge shard. I think it's one of the biggest buffs he got. The extra damage is nice, extra heal is good too, but it's the dispel, the strong dispel upon expiration. Meaning that if you see someone with the Ink Swell on, stunning him is kind of a gamble, because you have to kill him in the duration of the stun. You can't chain stun him. They go, hoping to kill the Lion first. Lion will fall. There's the Spear with the Arena Blood Eclipse. On top of that, an Earthsprit's going to attack the whole Eclipse. Finally using the BKB, but a bit too late. Omni Slash been used, but on the God of War, he can tank that. No! He brings it over to the Witch Doctor, sacrificing his support in the process. He will still die. Night Stalker still flying around. Chosen One hoping to fight this. They do kill Ainkrad though in the process, and Kiritych just wants to get away. He TP'd, but a basher of the Ember will stop this TP from being successful. He sees the opportunity, and Ember will regret that bash. After rolling boulder stops the team from the Luna, and now they're capable of finishing her off as well. It's gonna end up being a team win for Nemiga, all courtesy of a unlucky bash.
Dame, he's not out of this one yet. We've got a Blink Dagger ready for the Night Stalker. Inkswell's ready to go. The silence as well. He's dead. He's gonna die back here as well, Avo. Whoa. That's the full, what, 6-man wipe?
That is not good whatsoever. Nemiga did lose a couple of heroes, did get forced to use a couple of buybacks, particularly their supports, but it's fine, because you got the wipe +1 there. You know, a huge deal there for Nemiga, and now they're capable of pushing, and the Juggernaut and the Luna are now even in terms of farm. The Battle Fury was used for this Jug, and the late game, he just seems a bit stronger. Rolling Boulder for the Lion, they want to get yet another kill. Not a dieback, but still an important one, because he has no buyback yet.
He does not, and this might, it's not going to be Megas, but with Solar Crest, I mean, of course, every team builds Solar Crest these days, given the buffs, you know, and in case you didn't know, build the Solar Crest in your games. It's a really darn good item. They're going to be able to blow through these buildings.
That's why Night Stalker came back into the meta as well, because he's a great Solar Crest builders. He's a really good cheap item builder in the offlane, right? The Vlads, the Solar Crest, these kind of items are really useful and all got
try.
Are they gonna? Okay. CI style, you divide to the end, man.
Now they know. Now they know Luna has no buyback, I think.
Yes, yes, 'cause they used the glitch.
just short. She's just short. 160 gold, but there's 2 wagons here.
They're
going to get to do this immediately, pretty much. Her Spirit going to be kept alive. Focus, looking to try and find the jump in. Big ol' Maledict is only going to connect onto the Chosen One, still potentially deadly. We've got the Luna back in 3 seconds. They're going to go for Throne, though, which is now exposed. Big stun out from NT.'s Vampire. Connects onto 3, and Hex as well onto the Juggernaut. There's no Fortify ready to go, though. Luna's just in, trying to defend the Throne, but she can't get it done. They just focus. Throne means everything. And that is going to be the game over. Nemiga, they take it off of the fights. My goodness, Dota, this patch is just so fast-paced.